Hey guys, so today I'm going to be showing you how to make this ladybug design, which I literally just designed, but I decided to put it out because I don't know why I associate ladybugs with Valentine's Day, and the day you'll be seeing this video, it'll be Valentine's Day, so I hope this gives you something to make on Valentine's Day. But yeah, so this is the design. It is a ladybug design, and yeah, I gave it a nose, but yeah, so this is the design. I mean, I accidentally made this guy's stripe a little crooked, but this one's straight. So, yeah. I think they look like cute ladybugs when you look at them like this, but I also think they just look cute this way. I know these probably don't look like what you think like a ladybug would look like, but I based this off of one of the plushies I used to play with all the time when I was younger, and the whole thing with that plushie was, like, it would like to beep the other plushies' noses, so the ladybug was named Beep, but it had a nose and it would beep other noses. It's just, I just thought I'd let you know that. So yeah, that's what this design was based off, one of the plushies I had as a kid. As I said that, it sounded like I was old, but I'm only 20, so yeah. But yeah, so I'm going to show you how to make this. I was actually really surprised with the band count for this guy, because I thought it was going to be worse, but it's actually not that bad. So in total, it uses like 134 bands, not counting the spots and the antennas and the legs, because I always forget to count those. And for the back color, it is 98, and then for the gray face, it is 36. So it's not that bad. Also, this guy's spots are all messed up because he was my first try, and then I was like, I don't like that. So these were like the final ones. But I mean, his face is still the same. But yeah, so you can make your ladybugs any colors. Like, I know I used gray, but that was just so you could see the eyes, but you could totally just make the head and legs and everything black, and it'll still look cute. You also don't have to give it a nose. I like to give it a nose. But yeah, this is also a fairly easy design. I don't think it's that hard. We attach all the spots and the stripes when we go, so I mean, there's that, but I'll tell you where to put them, and it's not that big of a deal. But yeah, so I think that is it. Yeah, I think that's all I wanted to say. But yeah, make your ladybugs any colors you want. Today I'm going to be doing classic ladybug colors, which I haven't done yet, so I'm going to still be using gray and then black for where the black is, but then for the shell, it'll be red this time. And yes, I think that's it. So you're just going to get all your stuff and then come back so we can start making it. I'm missing a hook. I freaked out because I was missing my hook because I had both of my double-ended hooks on my desk, and then all of a sudden there was only one. I was like, wait, I just had the other one, but I found it. So yeah, we'll get started. So to start, you're going to want to start with your whatever color you want the head of your ladybug. So for me, that's gray, so we start here. And all we're going to do, I'm making sure it's focused, but I think I just unfocused it. But all we're going to do is we're going to wrap a band 3 times around our hook. So 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to get another band. We're going to pull it through the whole cap band. Then we're going to put the back one over the front one. We're going to be putting 5 loops in this cap band in total, but if you don't know exactly how to do that, I'll show you in a second. So we're going to go back into the cap band, so you're going to want to go through all 3 loops. Then we're going to get another band. We're going to pull it through the whole cap band, put both ends back on, and then you push the back one over the front one, and then you push the loop that we had left on our hook from last time over as well. And you're going to want to do the exact same thing we just did 3 more times, so you have 5 loops in total. So I'm just picking up bands. Okay. But yeah. So we're going to just go back into the cap band and do the same thing. So you pull a band through just the cap band, both ends back on, push the back one over the front one, and then push the loop from last time over. Like that. And just do this 2 more times. Okay. So once you're so to make sure you have 5 loops in your cap band, you'll just count the loops you have. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And this one right here might look like a loop, but it's not, and you can kind of tell because it's going, well, it's the band that goes horizontally as well as the loops kind of going that way, so that's not it. So it should look like this, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So once you've made sure you had 5 loops, instead of going back into the cap band, you're going to go through this first loop. And then you'll just do the same thing. Pull the band through just that loop. Put the back one over the front one. Put the loop from last time over. And then we'll put a C-clip on this band. Like that. So now for this next row, we are going to be increasing everything. So everything's going to be an increase, and I'll show you what an increase is. I'm just picking up a few more bands. So this one already has 1 in it, but all an increase basically is you put 2 stitches in each loop until you get back to the C-clip. So this one already has 1 in it, so we're going to want to go back in and put another one. And that would be an increase. So you can kind of tell that there's 2 stitches in this loop, but it'll show you again on the next one. So we're just going to go into the next loop. We're going to make 1 stitch. Then we're going to go back in and do another. And that's an increase. And we're just going to keep doing this until we get back to the C-clip. Also, if you ever get confused with any steps, I have a Loomigurumi Basics video on my channel that explains Loomigurumi, but I do it very slowly. So if you think I'm going a little fast, you can check out that video and hopefully it'll help you. But yeah, we're just increasing everything. I feel like I just did like a spawn for my own video. But yeah, that video has been really helpful though, some people have said, so I'm glad because I want as many people to be into Loomigurumi as possible. It's just a fun, it's a fun part of Rainbowloom. But yeah, once we get to the C-clip, you're just going to make a stitch on the band that has a C-clip in it. And then just move the C-clip up onto this band. My C-clip would come out. There we go. So after that last row, you should have 10 loops. So if you count, you should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And now we are going to be doing 1 row normal around this, basically just doing single stitches in every single loop until we get back to the C-clip. So I'll show you after I pick up a few more gray bands. Okay, so we're just going to be doing 1 row around normal like I said, so all we're going to do is we're just going to put 1 stitch in each loop until we get back to the C-clip. So you're just doing 1 stitch, that's all it is. And after this row you should still have 10 loops. But these are also called single stitches, I think, in other tutorials, in case you guys haven't followed one of my tutorials. But yeah. We just do 1 stitch in each loop until we get back to the C-clip. I'm already almost there. And then once we get to the C-clip once again, we'll just make a stitch in the band that has a C-clip on it. Wait. No, we don't. Well, we do, but the next row is going to be in our shell color. So once you get to the C-clip, you're going to want to use your shell color. I just remembered this. So on the band that has a C-clip in it, once you get there, you're going to do the same thing of making a stitch. It's just you're going to pull it through everything on your hook and then put the back one over the front one because we're switching colors. And then we'll move the C-clip up onto this band. Like that. This is the only place we do this. It flips colors cleaner, but if this confused you, you can just get a red band and make a stitch and you'll just have like a little bit of an awkward spot on the bottom, but it's on the bottom so you can't see it. But yeah, after that last row we should still have 10 loops, so if you count you should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So for this next row we are going to be making sure I'm in the right spot on my pattern. We're going to be doing 1 row normal, well, kind of, sort of, but we're going to increase 2 on the top. And so I guess it's like, well, I have it written down that we increase just 2 times in this row on the 4th and 5th band, but everything else is just single or normal stitches. This is probably sounding more confusing than it actually is, but I'm just picking up bands off camera. But yeah. Okay, So like I said, we'll be increasing 2 on the top, and I'll tell you when. So this is 1, 2, 3, and then I have it written in the pattern that the fourth and fifth stitches are increases, so the next 2 are going to be increases. So we have 1, 2, 3. So once you're in your 4th loop, you're going to do an increase. So you put 2 stitches in this loop, and then on the loop next to it as well, we're going to do an increase. So you put 2 stitches. And then the rest of the way around, we'll just do single stitches. So we just put 1 stitch in each loop. And then this part might look a little funky because of how we color switched, but don't make a stitch in that band that's going, it's like the horizontal part of the stitch. It's red, so you can tell. It'll be right before you go into the C-clip. But once you've made it back to C-clip, you'll just make a stitch and move it up. So after this last row, we should have 12 loops now. So if we count, we should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Like that. I feel like I'm going fast, but I don't know if it's just coming together quickly or if I'm going super speedy today. But yeah. So now the next row, we'll be increasing 2 on the top again. And we're going to start adding spots this row. So you're going to want to get your black for, or whatever color you want for your spots. I mean, you could be doing a fun colored ladybug. And yeah, we're going to start adding them. So the first spot actually goes on the second band. So I'll have all the spots and like where they go and like basically what we're doing per row all in the description. So if you get confused, check the description. But you should be able to follow along. But yeah, so the first spot's going to be on the second stitch we do. So this was 1, so the next one's already a spot. So what we're going to do is we are going to wrap a band 4 times around our hook. And then we're going to go to the next loop. We're going to pull it through. We're going to push the back one over the front one. And then once you push the back one over the front one, you're going to push that cap band over first. And then you push the other loop over from last time. Like that. Then this next stitch is the 3rd stitch. And then the next 2 are going to be increases. So we do 2 stitches in these loops. One, 2. Like that. And then right after we do the 2 increases, we're going to add another spot. So once again, get your black, wrap it around your hook 4 times, and then go into that next loop, pull it through, push the back one over the front one, and then we'll push the spot over. And then we'll push the loop from last time over. And that is actually it for spots and stuff this row, so the rest of the way we'll just be doing single stitches and not adding anything in. So we're just doing single stitches until we get to the C-clip. And then once we get to the C-clip, once again, we just make a stitch and move it up. Okay, so now we're going to do something kind of like an in-between row thing. We're going to start adding the stripe that goes down his back. And we actually don't add it in rows. I kind of tie it in, but you have to tie it in while you make it. Like, you can't tie it in at the end. So usually what I consider the top of the ladybug is right where these increases are. So you can see here's an increase, and I'll probably put the middle like right here. So I'm just going to go up into, and we'll pull this black loop in, black band in, there we go. And then we're just going to want to tie it to some stitches on the inside. So go through some of the stitches, and then you can let go of the band on top. Like, you can just let it sit there. As long as you don't pull on it, it'll stay. But even if you did, you can just pull it back out. And then you're going to pull, and basically you're just going to slip knot it to the inside. Like that. And then we have the start of this band that's going to go across. And we can't really tie the other side down yet, so we just leave it. And then I'll tell you when we tie the other side in. But yeah. So after the last row, also you're going to want to put your hook back in. And I've seen some people be confused on which way you put your hook in. And it's kind of easy to tell this way. So your spots right here, you want your hook to go this way. But anyways, after that last row, you should have 14 loops. So if you count, you should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Like that. So this next row, we're going to do one row, making sure I'm on the right row. We're going to be doing one row normal again. But of course, I'm going to have to stay on camera for all these rows. We actually do 5 rows normal in total, but I have to tell you where to put the spots. So if you want to go off camera, off tutorial, not off camera, to put the spots on, I have where you put the spots in the description. And basically, I mean, I don't have where you tie this in because it's kind of hard to explain. But basically, you just tie it in when you can't stretch it out anymore. You tie it to the inside, and then you make another one come up out of that, and then you just keep doing that. So you can go off camera and do the 5 rows and then come back and I'll show you how to finish it up. But I'm going to stay on for all 5 rows because we have to put the spots in. So yeah. So, spots. So we're just doing one row normal around this. So after the end of this row, we should still have 14 loops. But we're going to add a spot on the 3rd and 8th loop. So this is 1. This next one's 2. And then on the 3rd loop, we're going to add a spot, like I said, so I'm going to wrap a band around our hook 4 times. And we just add our spot in, how we've been. Like that. And then the next one will be on the 8th one, so you're going to want to count. So this is the 4th loop. 5th loop, 6th loop, 7th, and then the next one will be the 8th, so that's where we're going to want to put the next spot. So we're just going to wrap a band around our hook first, 4 times. All the spots are wrapped around 4 times. Then we'll make a stitch. Slide this over. Then slide the other one over. And then the rest of the way around is going to just be nothing but single stitches with no adding on. I just went to pick up bands. But yeah, so we're just doing single stitches the rest of the way. Well, we were doing the single stitches this whole time, it's just we're not adding anything. I hate it because I can feel that I have my allergies, like, it's so annoying. But I've been outside a lot because, I don't know, we've had nice weather in Texas. But then it's weird because it's been like in the 70s and then it's gonna snow tomorrow, which is weird. But I mean, I guess. Okay, there we go. So now, once you get back to the C-clip, you'll just move it up. And after this last row, you should still have 14 loops. You can count it if you want. I'm not going to count it just because I'm lazy. And basically, I always just check to see where this needs to be tied in. So I'm going to do one more row, then tie this in. yeah. So we're going to be doing 1 row normal again. Like I said, we're doing 5 in total. But this time we're going to be adding the spots on the 6th. Only on the 6th? Yeah, only on the 6th, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Yeah, I had to pause my camera because it was about to time out, but yeah, we just put one spot on the 6th loop. So once again, we're just doing 1 row normal, but putting a spot on the 6th. I keep repeating myself, but I feel like I need to. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the next one would be the 6th, so we're gonna run a wrap band around our hook 4 times, then make the stitch, slide it on, and the rest of this is just normal stitches. You're also going to want to make sure you get the stitches with the cap bands on it, because those loops are a little tighter, but like I said, at the end of the row, if you have 14 every row, you're fine. If you don't, it's probably because you missed one of the stitches that had a spot on it, because those tend to be a little tighter and sometimes you can miss them. But yeah. I really hate that I can feel my allergies though. People without allergies, how is it? I don't know. Like, I just feel like I have to sneeze, but I don't. Well, like yesterday I had a sneeze stuck all day and one of my eyes was just watering and I was like, what the heck? But yeah, it's just annoying. I feel like allergies, like, unless you have really bad allergies, like, they're not a big deal. They're just, like, inconvenient. But yeah, once you get back to the C-clip, oops, I accidentally pulled my hook out. But once you get back to the C-clip, you're just going to make a stitch and move it up. And like I said, you should still have 14 if you count around, but I'm not going to count. Also, this side might look a little weird right now because of where the spots are, but once you stuff it and everything, it looks fine. So now, I took my hook out on purpose, by the way. We are going to tie this in. So you're gonna want to see where it lands, like if you go as far as it can. So for me, it's right here. Then we're gonna pull this loop in. And then once again, we're gonna tie it to some bands that are on the inside. And I'm gonna go with these bands right here. Then you're just gonna get a red band. Tie it. Then we just usually, you have to kind of push these loops inside so you don't accidentally snag them. Like that. But then we're going to want it to obviously keep going across his back. So we're going to make another black band come right out of where we just went in. And then we'll just tie this to the inside somewhere as well. And that's how my other one ended up crooked. I kind of tied it not straight. So you're going to want to try to tie it as straight as possible. Yeah, see, that's pretty good. It's a little crooked, but it's very hard to tell that it's a little crooked, so it's okay. And then we just let this hang until, once again, we get too far, and then we tie it back in. Okay, so we're doing 1 row normal again. Like I said, we're doing 5 of these, but this time we are going to be putting the spots on the first band and the third band. So technically this, the band with the C-clip on it, is the first band. So we're going to want to put a spot on this one. So really quickly, we're just going to take the C-clip out for a second. And yeah, we're just going to take our hook out and we're just going to set it. And then we're going to wrap a band 4 times around our hook. And then we'll pick our thing back up. And we'll just slide. Well, I kind of have to undo a bit. So you're going to want to undo the loop we pushed over. Like that. So that way it's kind of loose like this. And then just slide that on. Oops. You could also undo the stitch completely. and then just do it. But because I forgot, this is how we have to do it. Yes. And then we'll just get that loop we left sitting here back and push the back one over the front one. And we put our C-clip on this one. And then we're going to do one without a spot, and then there's a spot on the third as well, so this next one's going to have a spot. So once again, we wrap a band around our hook 4 times, and then we go in to make the stitch. Slide it over. You don't have to put your spots exactly where I put mine. You can put them wherever the heck you want. This is just, like, in case you don't know where to put your spots, here's where you can put your spots. That's why I did it like this. I just wanted to say that. But now we're just going to go around the rest doing normal or single stitches because, yeah, we don't add any more spots this row. I always try to think of things I can talk about when we're just going around. That way there isn't dead silence because we're just doing single stitches, and because of how many single stitches we've already done, I'm going to assume you know how to do this. But yeah, if you see the blue paint on my thumb, it's because I was painting. I swear I ruined my nails in like a day, but I wanted to have them Valentines for the heart tutorial because I thought it would be fun. But yeah, I've been painting a lot. Because I'm trying to get better at painting, but it's interesting. I don't know. I feel like it's not like painting that's the problem. It's the problem that I don't really know how to use the paints because I switched from craft paint, which if you don't know what craft paint is, it's basically like those bottles you get at like Walmart or something that are like $1. That's craft paint. And I've switched to now student grade acrylic paint. Well, the other one was acrylic craft paint, but I've switched to student grade acrylic paint, and I have not gotten the hang of that paint yet. And I've been using it for almost a year now, and it's just always frustrating. Okay, but we finished the row, and now you should still have 14 if you count around, but I'm just going to keep going. So on this row, we're going to put our spot on the 6th loop. So this is 1. This is our 4th row, by the way. So 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the next one's a 6, so we're going to wrap a band around a hook first. And then we'll go into the next one. Make a stitch, slide it over. So this one goes on the 6th loop, in case you didn't hear me say that. And then the rest of the way is just single stitches. Okay. So yeah, I don't know. You know, like, we're going back to the paint topic in case. Because we're just doing single the rest of the way. And no spots, so yes. But I don't know why I had such a struggle switching to paint. I feel like it's because craft paints are actually pretty pigmented. So basically, I'm sorry if I'm using art words. I never realized what an art word is until somebody's like, what is that? And I'm like, oops. But pigmented is not an art word. But yeah, so basically with craft paint, it's very, like, you can do one layer and it'll cover, but with the student grade paints, they don't have the best pigment and they end up being very see-through, and you pretty much have to put white under everything if you want it to look colorful, which is just so annoying. So yeah, basically I just have to layer everything with a billion layers of whatever color I want. And yeah, I'm just so used to the other paint where it would be like, oh, put a detail in here. Okay, I'll just do it. And there it is. But no, it's like, first you gotta put white and then add like 5 layers of the color. And then you're good. And it's like, what the heck? But yeah. So once you get to the C-clip, we'll just move it up again. And I think we can tie this guy in, or no? No, I'm gonna do one more row and then tie it in. So this is going to be our last row on normal, and actually the only spot in this row is on the first loop. Is that correct? Probably. I'm looking at my other ladybug just to make sure I have all the spots in case I accidentally forgot to write one in. So we have one here, one here, one here, one there, one there, one there, one there, and wait, I'm gonna just go check the spots. Okay, I did forget a spot on my instructions because it said it said first and then a plus, and then I never wrote down where the plus was. But yeah, the bands this row, the spots this row are gonna be on the first, and I'm honestly not sure, so we're gonna have to figure it out. Where does it go? Like, where is it sitting? I'm guessing the fourth, but we'll see. But once again, because I forgot to put it on this first band, we're gonna have to take out the C-clip. Well, let's wrap a band on our hook first. So we're gonna wrap a band around our hook 4 times. Then we're going to unloop these 2. And then we'll just slide the spot onto this first one. Ooh, my spot came off. No. And then we'll just pick up these loops and any loops that undid. And then just re-loop them over each other. And then we'll put the C-clip back on this loop. And there we go. And like I said, my next guess is that it's on the 4th. So this is 1, 2. It's either on the 4th or the 5th. 3. And let's see where I think the spot goes. Okay. So I'm trying to debate if it's the 4th or the 5th. What does it look like that is? I think it's on the 4th. So we're going to put the spot on this next band. So we're going to wrap it around our hook 4 times. And then we're just going to make a stitch. This seems right. I don't know, just second guessing myself. Oops. I don't know why my spots keep unwrapping. Go on. Oh my gosh. It unwrapped again. Get on. There we go. And then the rest of the way, it is single. Also, that was our last spot for this whole guy, so that is it. But it's just single stitches the rest of the way. I hope the spots weren't too confusing for you. It's just, yeah. But I mean, you can put those spots wherever you want. I mean, they're just spots. So you can put them randomly. You can put as many spots or as few spots as you like. I just, I made a spot where you for sure put the spots in case anyone didn't know where to put the spots. So yeah. We're actually almost done though after this row. It closes up pretty quickly, so yes. So we are just going to keep going around. I'm almost at the C-clip. Once you get to the C-clip, you're just going to make a stitch and move it up. Okay, so after that, all 5 of the rows where we added spots, it should look something like this. And you should still have 14 loops if you count around. So if I count around, I should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So right now, I'm going to finish tying this guy down. So we're going to take our hook out, and as long as you don't pull on this, the C-clip should hold it. And we're just going to tie this down. So we're going to, once again, just pull it back, and it kind of lays like right here, in my opinion. So I'm just going to pull it in. And I think it's actually pretty straight, but then it's going to land on that. Is that straight? It's going to land on this dot. That's why I'm a little hesitant, but it's fine. We'll just tie it in. I have a red band on my finger. So once again, we'll just tie this part in. Do that inside. Then we're going to get another black band to make it come up. We tie this in. It's kind of hard to show you what I'm doing because it's kind of hard for me to see as well. But you're just going to want to tie this in. And it doesn't have to be really secure. It can just be tied to one loop like I'm doing right now. And you're only going to want to tie it to the inner half of whatever loop so that way it doesn't show on top. Like that. Ooh, that is kind of crooked. See, so you can see where I tied it. It's kind of very, very crooked. So if you don't like it, you can always just go back in and tie it somewhere else, which is what I'm going to do. I'm going to tie it right here. With the lines, like getting them straight, it's just a matter of where you tie it. So it's not a huge deal. But yes. That's where I want it. Okay. So that's also our last stripe, so we'll tie that in soon. But now, like I said, we're not adding any more spots, so we're done with that. But now we are going to decrease every other loop. So we're decreasing every other, so this is 1, so the next one's a decrease. Actually, let me make sure on this. Okay, yeah, so we're decreasing every other, so this is a decrease. Ooh, everything just went blurry. So we just did decrease. I just realized I didn't show you what a decrease is. Okay, we'll do it on the next one. So we just did decrease, so we're going to do 1 single stitch. And then on the next loop, it'll be a decrease again. So what a decrease is you're going to grab the front part, or the inner part, so the part that's towards the inside of the first loop, and then the outer, or like the back part of the next loop, and we make a stitch on this, and that's a decrease. So we do 1 single / normal stitch again. And then front part of the first loop, back part of the next loop. And we just keep doing this, so 1 stitch normal. And then do a decrease. It's kind of hard to show you what I'm doing because it starts to get tight. And 1 normal. And the next one's a decrease, and we're going to decrease with the one with the C-clip on it, so just ignore it. And then we'll move the C-clip up. So after that last row, you should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You should have 9 loops. So now we're going to stuff him. Also, I noticed when I went off camera to check that it's probably just because I'm on camera. I tied his stripe very, very crooked. So his stripe should be, I started it in the right spot, but if you can tell, it should have been here where it was tied in. But I kind of tied it very crooked. I hope yours is straight. I mean, you're supposed to tie it straight back. It's just I was on camera, so I couldn't tell where I was tying it in. I mean, he's still cute with his crooked stripe, but yeah. We're going to want to stuff him. That's what we are doing. I'm just tearing cotton off camera because I know some people don't like seeing that. This is actually way too much. And we're just going to stuff him. We probably should have stuffed him last row, but it's fine. I always forget to stuff my creations. We're lucky I remembered to stuff. Okay. Needs a little more. Oop. Where's the C-clip? Okay. So hard to stuff him. It's not that hard, I'm just having some minor stuffing issues. Okay, he actually took 2 full cotton balls. I may have overstuffed him a bit. He's fine, you know what? He's fine. Okay, so next we would be decreasing till close, but we're going to want to tie in this last part of the stripe. So like I said, the stripe, you're going to want it to end. I'm just going to keep growing crooked, you know. So we're going to want the stripe to end about right here. So we're just going to go up through. It's kind of hard to do. I mean, you could actually tie this one in after. In fact, you know what? That's what we're going to do. So we are going to decrease everything until it's closed, and we'll tie that last loop in after. So yes, we'll just be decreasing everything until it's closed. It's just kind of hard to tie that last loop in because of where we are. It's kind of hard to see where you would tie it in. But we're just decreasing everything. Okay, so we're on right here with the decrease of the C-clip in it. I'm just going to take this and use it to hold this because I think right now would be a good spot to where we can finish tying this in. So, yeah. I usually also don't drag the stripe all the way down. Like right there is good. And I still have it open a little bit so I can still tie it on the inside. It's just a little difficult to get this last one down. But you can tie it after. I'm just tying it right now. There we go. So once you have tied your tail down, we can take the C-clip out and we'll just be continue decreasing until it's closed. Need a few more red bands. Yeah, I'm sorry if you're getting confused at the end. I would check the description for the steps if you're lost, but just tying down this last part of the stripe is always kind of hard because of where it is. But I also kind of made a mess of my loops here, but it's okay. I'm gonna pretend I didn't. I think I accidentally tied on one of these loops. Ugh. If you're having problems tying down your stripe, just tie it in afterwards because it's kind of hard to tie in right now. I'm so confused. I kind of messed up my end. What is happening here? I'm just gonna tie it closed. I kind of really messed up my end, but it shouldn't be too bad because it's just the end. Yeah. Once you've tied it closed, you're just gonna tuck in the tail. And sorry I didn't show too much of me doing the end. It's because I kind of messed it up with the stripe where I tied it. It was... Oops, but it's okay. Let me try to fix the end off camera real quick. Well, not fix it, but tuck everything in properly. I just came back to say, oh my, I messed up this end. So I think what happened was when I was tying the stripe in, I must have accidentally tied on something I wasn't supposed to, and I cannot find where my tail is so I can undo it. I think this is the tail, but it won't come up. Where are you? Like, there it is. But yeah, I just came on to say I messed up. Not in the tutorial. The tutorial's fine. Like, the instructions I gave, fine. I just messed up on where I tied my, end of the stripe, which hopefully you didn't do. It's just I always have problems tying things on camera. So yeah, I'm gonna go and fix this man's butt. And I'll come back and show you how to finish him. I also just want to say, like, if this happens to you, all you can do is undo it. I need to undo it to where I can see where I tied it in like a loom, which would be right here. So let me go untie where I tied. Oh, it's right here. So I just untie it. Then I'm going to pull the stripe back out, and then I'm just going to finish decreasing till close because that's where we were at anyways. So yeah, I'm going to go fix him. I'm just going to decrease till he's closed, and then I'll come back and show you how to do everything. I just wanted to let you know what happened. Okay, I fixed him. Look, his butt's perfect now. But yeah, I just messed up when I tied the stripe in. I accidentally tied it onto a loop I wasn't supposed to. But like I said, you can tie the stripe in afterwards. So how you would tie it in afterwards is you're going to I want my stripe to go in right here. So you can just pull it in. And because I made the stripe so crooked, it is over this band. It shouldn't be over, but... And then you would just go into the under half of one of the bands. There's kind of a hole here for me because when I messed up, I actually... A lot of things happened, and it kind of got stretched out. But you would just tie it to the inner side, and then tuck in the tail. And there you go. His stripe is saved. And he's fine. His butt kind of looks weird on mine, but that's just because of when I messed up. But yeah, yours should look fine. I didn't mess up anything with the pattern, I just messed up tying it in. But yeah, now I'm going to show you how to do all of his little legs and face and everything. So we're going to start with the antennas just because I like to start there. So all you're going to do is you're going to wrap a band 4 times around your hook. And then you're going to get 2 black bands. Well, you're going to get them 1 at a time, but you're going to need 2. So you're going to get the first one. You're going to double it. You're going to pull it through. This one's back on. You're going to double the second one. Pull it through. Both ones back on. And then you'll get whatever color your ladybug's head is. Oops. Oh my gosh. You're just going to pull it through. And then we'll just tie it in right on top. I usually like to do each antenna on either side of the stripe. Just tie it in. Hide the tail. I definitely overstuffed this dude too. Like it's kind of hard to tuck things in because he's so tight. There we go. And we're going to do that exact same thing again. So we'll get a red band. Wrap it around our hook 4 times. There's so much cotton everywhere. And then we'll get a black band. Double it. Like that. Get another black band. Chain another one on. These are doubled still. I forgot to say it's a doubled black band, but yeah, it is. Then you get a gray band. Pull it on. And then we put the other antenna right here. Like that. So I'm going to finish with the face. And I'll do the legs last. Okay. So to finish up the face, of course he needs his nose first. You don't have to put a nose on your ladybug. Like I said, you could just put eyes, but I like having a nose on my ladybug. So we are going to get a band. We're going to wrap around 4 times around our hook. Get our ladybug's face color. Pull it on. And then I usually just go right in the middle. And we tie the nose in. And he has a nose. Oh, why is your nose crooked now? Oh no, the nose is fine. Everything's just coming out crooked today. Well, the stripe did, but you know what? He's still cute. We still appreciate the ladybug with her crooked stripe. It doesn't look too crooked, but I know it's crooked. But yeah. So next we're just going to put the eyes on. And like I said, if you don't have, well, I haven't said this yet, but if you don't have eye bands, you can just wrap a band 4 times around your hook and tie them in for eyes. But I have eyes, so we're just going to tie those in. He comes really together really quickly because everything we tie in, it's not hard to attach. Like sometimes, like I know my octopus, my mini octopus, that one's legs are a pain to attach. But this guy's pretty easy. There we go. And I just tie the eyes in on either side of the nose. I'm not really explaining because not much to explain. Oh my god, this one looks so cute. Like that. There we go. So now We just have to do the legs. And the legs are made exactly the same as the antennas, just in all gray. So you'll get a band, double it. Well, not double it. You're going to wrap it 4 times around your hook. Wait, is it not focused? There we go. So you're going to get a band, wrap it 4 times around your hook. Then get another band, double it. And chain it on. And then you'll get another doubled band. So we'll wrap it twice. And then chain it on. And this is a leg. And then you just pull through whatever color your ladybug is. And then tie it in like right here. And I just put 6 legs in total. I'll show you how to do the leg one more time, but I think I'm going to go off camera to finish his legs because there's no point staying on to do all 6. But there's 1 leg. So same thing. You get a band. Wrap around your hook 4 times. Then you get another band. You double it. Pull it through. It's always so hard to... There we go. Gotta get over. There we go. Then we get another doubled band. Pull it through. That comes back on. Then get a band that's the color of your ladybug. Pull it through. And we just tie it in. So I usually do one in the front, and like I know the end one's gonna be here, so I just do one in about the middle. So we'll go like right here. And just tie it in. Like that. So I think that's it for this tutorial. I'm gonna finish the rest of his legs off camera. But I hope your ladybug turned out okay, and I hope you like it. I am so happy with this guy, even though his stripe is a little crooked, but he's still cute. It's fine. He just has crooked wings. But I hope your ladybug turned out okay. I hope you liked making this design. Follow me on Instagram if you want to see more of my designs. Also, I have a TikTok now, so if you want to follow me on TikTok, I don't really know how to link TikToks because there's not really a link to TikTok, but my username is gingercel there as well, so if you want to follow me on TikTok, you can do that. Subscribe if you want to see more tutorials from me. I have more tutorials coming. I have so many designs I need to make tutorials for. But yeah, I hope your ladybug turned out okay. Definitely share them with me on Instagram. I love seeing when people make my things. But yeah, I think that's it. So I'm gonna go. Bye.